Welcome everyone, and wherever you are in the world, because I'm in France and some of you are in India and other in the US. We are very happy to have you today. My name is Maialen Cazenave. I'm the co-director of GOFAR. So for those who don't know, as GOFAR is a French nonprofit working globally, and we are dedicated to accelerating the development and adoption of agricultural robotics worldwide. Today, together with our two partners, we want to highlight the collaboration we are building to increase awareness and amplify the impact of the robotics development, especially on the distribution side. So here how our session will go. First, Celeste, Lindsey, Executive Director of EMDA, will introduce the organization. Then Nick Copass, a sales manager at Kinsley Williams Seeds and a member of both our ecosystems, will share his vision of the market, the needs he sees, and how our collaboration can bring a real value to the robotics company and the dealers network. And finally, I will give you a market overview and present the next edition of FIRA USA. So we want to keep this webinar dynamic, so feel free to ask any questions, share your comments on the chat anytime you want. We will be more than happy to open up the conversation with you. So let's start with Celeste. Let me share your presentation and share the presentation. And oh yeah, from Casablanca as well with Warren. Up again. Cool. Can you see your presentation, Celeste?
Yes. Thank you, Mia.
The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mia, and thank you, FIRA USA, for allowing me the opportunity to talk with you today about getting your cutting-edge ag technology out of the lab and into the field. Again, my name is Celeste Lindsey, and I'm the Executive Director of EMDA. And today I'm going to walk you through how EMDA members bring innovation to market and how collaboration with FIRA can enhance that process even more. So let's move on to the next slide. The power of partnership in agriculture. So being an EMDA member plays a critical role in bringing innovation to market. So EMDA members aren't just middlemen, they're trusted advisors, product testers, and connectors. And when technology enters the scene, it's often our members who explain it, troubleshoot it, and help dealers and farmers adopt it. So for example, if a robotics company has an amazing product, but no relationship with a dealer, then there's a gap and there's no way to get that product to market. So EMDA can bridge that gap, and we've done it for decades. So with innovators in hydraulics, planting equipment, soil prep tools, and more. So let's move on to the next slide where I can tell you a little bit about who we are. This picture is a recent picture from our spring meeting in Banff, Canada, where we celebrated 80 years. It was our 80th anniversary. And so, we've been around for 80 years. That's a long-standing relationship with manufacturers, reps, and distributors who know the industry inside and out. Our members understand what works and what doesn't, and they have access from the field and can help improve innovations quickly. So from Quebec to California, we know what each regional market needs and how to get there. I really would like to dive into the next slide and tell you a little bit more about our membership types. We have 5 different membership types. It's a little bit blurry, I guess. I'm not sure if it's blurry for everybody else, but we have 5 different membership types. We have distributor. These members are companies that are engaged in wholesale distribution of agriculture or related industry equipment parts or supplies. They typically purchase products from manufacturers and sell them to retail dealers. Many of our distributors, they also maintain warehouses or provide support services to their dealer networks. So like a distributor, we have another type of member that we call the manufacturer's rep. Rep members act as an independent sales agent who represent one or more manufacturers in a specific territory. They typically don't carry inventory themselves, but instead they work on commission to support sales and dealer relationships for the manufacturer's representatives. So both of these, distributors and reps, they both have trusted relationships with the dealers. Another membership type that we have is our associate member. This category is for companies that manufacture equipment and components, but they don't have a strong distributor or rep network in place. Associate members are often looking to build connections and increase their visibility in the North American market. And it's a great entry point for companies seeking distribution partners or feedback on their product line. And then another category that we have is our farm show and government agency category. This category is for organizations that contribute to the success of our industry. So it's like a farm show organizer, trade show event, government agency, somebody that would bring a delegation over, educational or research institute. And then our fifth category is a provider member. They offer critical services that support EMDA members to operate more effectively. So that could include like freight and logistic companies, software developers, marketing, legal, finance, insurance services, business consultants, data analysis, basically anyone that can help companies in ag basically fit in this category. So with all this being said, many of our distributors and reps have been a part of our organization for 50 plus years. So obviously those business owners feel like they're finding success within our organization. And then many of our EMDA associate members have found success in launching new technologies in the North American market. And so with that being said, I don't want you to just hear that from me. I'd love for you to hear that from a couple of my members. So I have a video on the next slide where you can hear from them and see a little bit about our convention and kind of see, one of our top benefits and hear what they have to say. So you can go ahead and play that.
Much possibility in this room. So many different ways to connect, to build relationships.
Being a part of EMDA has changed our company. It's made us stronger, made us better, made us connected with a group of people, companies throughout North America and beyond that has been incomparable. So doing it over the phone or by email doesn't work as much as doing it face to face. And EMDA has been that game changer for us.
The neat thing with this organization is even though everybody is AKA a competitor, we still all work together, and it's almost like a big family because you have to help each other out because we're all in the same world. And that ag world, even though there's a lot of acre, people know people and people rely on working together with other people. And the competition isn't always the key that causes problems. It's a solution to your problem in a lot of cases, which is invaluable.
Change is inevitable. Progress is a choice. So how do we choose progress? How do we help our clients, our prospects, our potential clients see us as progress and not change?
Yeah, I think that's probably the main point of difference is just how focused they are on particular industries that we're about, whereas a lot of other associations will be very general and broad, whereas this is so focused. So all parties that it end up is very valuable.
If one company or distributor can't help you, they'll put you in touch with someone that can. That's what I love about EMDA.
They all seem just very committed to, the success of the industry. So there's not that competitiveness. It's like, if I can't help you, I'll find someone that will, which has been great.
Why we chose EMDA and why we continue to be a member of EMDA is because of the networking opportunity that it not only provides for the 3 or 4 days of the annual show, but the opportunity that provides us as a distributor to network with other distributors and suppliers throughout the rest of the year.
but there's people that have been in this for 50, 60 years. We just gave awards out yesterday to a company that's been with the EMDA for over 60 years. So there's a lot of valuable experience and knowledge from all the years of being in this industry.
We've met many new companies and had many opportunities to expand our company, and it's been a very good experience over the years.
Yeah, and this can save you years of kind of finding contacts in the right way. That massive collaborative network, which works really well together.
Well, everybody that's here, none of us would need to be here. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your evening.
So on the next slide, I just kind of posted a little bit about our schedule. I'm not going to go into our schedule about the convention. You got to hear in the video a lot about what our members think about us and why they chose to be a member of our association. They love coming to the convention for the networking, possibilities. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about two key things about the convention. And so Wednesday, what I think is the heart of the EMDA fall convention is the contact session. It's a focused opportunity to build relationships and explore partnerships. What I think of the contact session is, called speed dating for business. You have a series of focused one-on-one meetings designed to quickly connect you with the right distributors and reps, manufacturers and providers. And then the next day, on Thursday, the showcase complements the contact session by giving you a space to show off what makes your company stand out. From the new products to the unique services, it's a chance to spark interest, create visibility, and keep those conversations going outside of those scheduled meetings. So I'd love to share a lot more about the convention. It's, the week after y'all's big show, which we can move on to the next slide. So the next slide is, where you guys have, FIRA has one of the most, y'all are known for one of the most exciting ag innovations in the world. Y'all represent developers and startups building AI-driven weed robotics, autonomous tractors, and advanced soil sensors. And y'all's events are a showcase for what's possible. And from what I see, you all attract global talent. But what many of these innovators lack is the commercial infrastructure to get their tools into actual farms. And that's where EMDA can help and bridge that gap. So moving on to the next slide of why we need each other. So ultimately why we need each other is you have FIRA with some cutting edge innovations. You have EMDA with ready to go infrastructure, but together we bring faster adoption, fewer barriers, and greater global impact. So this is where the vision comes together. That means fewer stalled projects, faster ROIs for innovators, and more reliable solutions for farmers. So instead of inventing something and then hoping that it finds its way to market, innovators can work hand in hand with distributors and reps and to help them shape it for real world use. So moving on to the next slide, talking about the vision and what comes next. Our goal is to turn this idea into action. So I encourage each of you to join EMDA and so that we can help lead to opportunities of collaboration sessions and distributor innovation panels. Let's build EMDA FIRA working groups together, and let's help our communities talk to each other. And that's how we create real movement. So I'm looking forward to exploring what comes next for both of our organizations individually, and I'm looking forward to helping you find your partnership so that together we can move faster, serve better, and drive more impact across the supply ag chain. So let's bridge that gap together. On the next slide, you'll see my business card. You're welcome to screenshot it and reach out to me individually. Happy to have individual conversations, but of course, I wanted to leave some time for any questions.
Great. Thanks
Perfect.
a lot, Celeste.
Thank you so much.
Very nice. So I can see a lot of people still in as a visitor. So I add you as contributor if you want to ask any question or use the chat. So you're more than happy, more than welcome to add any information and to ask your question on the chat. Do you have one for Celeste, or you prefer to wait at the end? Feel free if you have one now. All right, so let's move now with Nick. So I share again my screen. So Nick, you are, let's say, working on both sides with FIRA and also with EMDA. So you have the vision of hold on, I got them like, so you have the vision of the two ecosystem. So can you please start introducing yourself, introducing what you're doing, and also what you can see from both sides and the bridge that we are trying to build.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody that showed up today. Celeste, that was awesome. That gives a great overview of what you guys are bringing to the party, which has absolutely been needed for years. As a dealer, we are in a unique position at Keith & Williams because we're not just an equipment dealer. We're also a manufacturer. We're also a very large seed dealer, and we also have nurseries. So we are playing a very large role within the growing community. And over the last 10 years, we have seen a real need for bringing the innovations of today into the marketplace and how that looks. Again, my name is Nick Copass, and I'm the sales manager for the for Keith & Williams. I am located out of Yuma, Arizona, so a very small deserty part of the world. But we grow a lot of crops down here and then throughout California, Oregon, Washington, all the way over to Texas, and then we cover the entire country of Mexico. So we have an extremely broad range of unique growing opportunities. And over my time in the last 15 years, what we've seen is technology starting to come in. Manufacturers, such as many of you, want to enter the United States market, which is absolutely wants to get into some of the biggest growing regions in the world. How do we do that? How do we do it successfully? We've had entrants that have come in and spent countless hours, years, and resources trying to enter into the United States market, at times with limited success. And the most frustrating thing for a manufacturer, as we are one, is to develop a product which you truly believe in, bring that into the marketplace, and not have immediate adoption, right? It's frustrating. You wonder where are we stuck? Why are we not getting penetration? The machine works. We've seen it work in our communities. We've developed it over time, so it has real application. And with organizations that we're talking about between FIRA, and again, if I blow this, Celeste, I apologize. It's EMDA, correct? Thank you. I always want to put the D before the M. The real look between these two organizations is, one, bring the innovation in, and how do we place that innovation in whose hands to be able to get a real world look at the marketplace in which you're trying to get into. It's not always easy. There's always a lot of obstacles. There's barriers to entering these markets. And without the right dealer network, it makes it a little more challenging. Many companies come and forge a loan, which is, I absolutely want companies to continue to bring their products to market, because the innovation, especially overseas in Europe, is outpacing the United States, 10-1. So you've had challenges with labor well before we had challenges with labor. Today, we are now being faced with labor challenges, and we need these innovations to be able to stay competitive. The dynamic in the United States is a little different, but that being said, this country alone has
over 350 million people that it's trying to feed. In many countries, there's 30 million. There's the 10% of what we're trying to do. So production agriculture in the United States is at an extremely large level. It's fast paced and it's expansive. I mean, you're looking at between Washington and the south of California, there's over 2,000 miles of crops in between those regions. They're huge. They've got huge organizations that are growing 30, 40, 50,000 acres under one company's name. So how do you get into those guys? It's easy to go find one grower that's growing for these companies, but it's not always easy to get the entire company to capture. I think the dealer network by MDA gives us the opportunity to broaden out and to bridge that. FIRA has been bringing the technology in. Over the last 3 years, my association with them, we went from screaming we need help to them bringing in help. Now, where do we take that help? How do we apply what's being brought over here and get it actually into the marketplace? So I would really think that the collaboration between these two organizations is going to benefit all manufacturing, as well as a dealer network that's already established. This gives you the immediate access walking in the door to a list of potential distributors and dealers that have a better market fit for you possibly than you walking in yourself and trying to find who are the customers. And when you get a dealer that can take you to those customers, that's when the work really begins, right? Getting in front of an organization's growing operation is going to give you a quick look. That look is going to turn into questions, and the growers are going to immediately start wanting you to make changes to your products. They want it their way every time. They want it to fit their unique specific application in their field set, and that's not always possible. So as far as that's what I'm doing for both organizations is being a bridge, is really what that's about. It's being a resource that each and every one of you can get in touch with, and we can have the real conversations about what works and what doesn't work. Have the conversation about understanding the marketplace and what is the U.S. market? What does it mean? What are the expectations from the growers? A lot of equipment that, let's say, works on a 10-acre or 50-hectare operation in one location might not necessarily fit the durability of a 5,000-acre broccoli field. So those conversations we need to have up front so people aren't led astray and they're not just wasting so much time and precious resources trying to just enter a market they can actually come and start going with. Did I answer that question, Maialen, like 10 ways?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I have another one because, well, we can see the difference with the US and Europe. How do you feel the level of training and education from the dealer side about those technologies? Because, for example, if I take the example of France, there is only a few innovative dealers ready now to integrate a robot in their range of products, but it's still very hard to convince and integrate. So what do you think would be the next step to scale up in that way with the dealer network in the US? What the manufacturer needs to do to convince and to work with you?
Right. That's kind of a twofold question, right? Yeah. And one, when an innovation comes over to us in the United States, we don't necessarily understand that innovation yet. We don't have the understanding of your vision and what people are bringing to us and or how it operates. We may not have the technically skilled personnel on site that we look at technologies in certain cases and we go, who's going to operate this? I need a different type of or caliber of employee that's going to be able to run this technology that I may or may not have. The other factor is that dealers on the dealer side of this, their resources have to go towards implements that they can actually sell. And in many cases, we get companies come in and say, hey, we would really like you to carry our products, Nick. We know that the TP Williams is a pretty dynamic company. You deal with all the growers through your seed side of the business. And you'd be a great partner for us to be able to go and show our equipment to everybody. We have hundreds of companies approaching us every year that would like us to buy their product. We're a large company, but I don't have specific product groups for each and every manufacturer that comes into the market that says, hey, I want your time and attention. It's mind share. I've got groups of people that I can put at it, but I may not have somebody that I can dedicate to each and every new innovation that comes through into America. And then the acquisition, because in many cases, dealers want to make sure that they're going to be able to sell the products that you have. The manufacturer wants to sell those products to the dealer, and that's great. And the dealer says, yeah, I will buy some of those products, but if they buy 3 or 4 items and then they sit in their lot and they're not selling, they really don't want to go back and buy the next 3 or 4 items. It builds up, it builds up your inventory levels. I'm sitting on a boneyard right now with probably $3.5 to $4 million of innovations that, for whatever reason, the U.S. consumer did not want to buy. So they backed off. The market turned cold. We were not able to sell those, but we acquired many of those products to carry in stock so we could take it out to the customers. In some cases, it's because we had lack of training. We did not understand the products. We didn't understand the innovation the way we should have. And we needed more assistance. In other cases, it just wasn't a right fit for a specific group of customers that are out there that we're trying to hit. So it's an expensive way of doing business. It's expensive for dealers to say, I'm going to agree to buy 10 of your products, 5 of your products, 3 of yours, 7 of yours, and 12 of yours, and hope the market acceptance. So we need a method of bridging that and gaining acceptance into the marketplace prior to putting the pressure onto the dealer saying, hey, I just want to sell you something because then I fulfill my requirement to my company if I got sales in the United States market. And then the dealers kind of get stuck at some point going, I can't sell that. And so then they become reticent to talking to new innovations at that point, right? They back off. They get a little bit cold, and then they stop buying. Go ahead. Did somebody have a question?
No, it's fine.
Okay, no, but that's where I really think,
yeah,
these 2 organizations coming together, we can start having that real conversations and putting plans in place on how we can attack markets and putting strategies together to actually introduce the technology and get the demonstrations to the right people that are actually going to purchase the equipment that you guys have innovated.
Thanks, Nick. Exactly. Well, you did my presentation, so.
Well, thank you. You're welcome.
No, that's perfect. It's exactly this. And thank you for sharing. And because you know us very well, you also know EMDA and you know the robotics company. So your insights is very important to understand. So let's keep some question to the end. So from my side, just want to give you, because we already did a presentation of the market trends, and you will see that it's really linked to what Celeste and Nick already said previously. But let's start with the current landscape and what we observe, because we're working globally. So the robotics industry has moved from niche prototypes to commercially available solution in less than a decade. So today we can see strong activities all over the globe. So in North America, we see leading in adoption for specialty crops, large-scale automation, and harvest assistance. In Europe, it's more more stronger on R&D in field trials, and also especially in precision weeding, spraying, and vineyard automation. And on the side of the Asia Pacific, there is a rapid growth driven by labor shortage and government innovation. For example, there is a lot of investment in Australia to attract those technology into the markets. So there is a lot of different innovation programs, and especially, as I said, Australia, Japan, and South Korea. So the market is valued in the billions today, and is forecast to grow at double-digit rates over the next 5-10 years. So for us, we can say that is not just high, but it's driven by real needs, as we all know, like labor scarcity, the demand of the sustainable farming practices, and the pressure to increase yield without increasing inputs. So for us, looking forward, we believe that where is it? Here. We believe that the agrobotics will become a standard component of farm operation, just as tractor did a century ago. So in the next decade, we will see, and we are expecting to see, full workflow integration with robots working together for planting, weeding, harvesting, and data collection. Also, we will see smart ecosystem, seamless integration with farm management software, AI-driven decision support, and autonomous fleets. We will see also new business models from robot as a service to per acre contracts, making automation accessible to farm of all sizes. And then we expect a more connected global market, because innovations will cross borders faster, with standardization helping adoption worldwide. So, this is the vision and what we're expecting, but there is the reality. And to get there, we need to solve some critical challenges. So let's name there clearly. The first is the economic viability. So many solutions still struggle to prove a solid return of investment to farmer. So this is the first thing. The second thing is the interoperability, because equipment, sensor, and data platform needs to talk to each other to avoid tech silos. So this is one of the key challenge. As we already said, and it was very good explained by Celeste and Nick, is the distribution and serving networks, because without strong dealer and maintenance system, adoption will remain slow, for sure. There is also a huge importance in terms of training and change management, because farmers and workers need skills to operate and maintain this system confidently. And of course, one of the key challenges will be the regulation frameworks. We talk about safety, liability, and operational rules that must be harmonized internationally. So there is international cooperation with AEM in the US, working with SEMA in Europe. There is some different code of practice in Australia. In UK, we also have AEF working on ISOBUS. So all these organizations, these organizations are working together to tackle these challenges. So we need to work. All the key players of the value chain need to work as one ecosystem. So for us, at GOFAR, we are committed to create those bridges between innovator, distributor, between policymakers, farmers, and research and market adoption as well. So it's exactly the purpose of the conversation today, and of what we are also providing thanks to the FIRA events that we are building across the world. So let me introduce, for the one who never had the chance to join us, we launched 4 years ago the FIRA USA in California, based on the model we have in France for about 10 years now. So we co-organized the FIRA USA with the University of California Agricultural and Natural Resources Department and Western growers, because for us it was really important to work with the local grower ecosystem, but also with all the public institutions, the researcher, because we are creating an annual event where all the key players of the value chain can meet, can develop strategic collaboration, can see the machine in action. We will see the latest technology, the new entrants into the market. We will have an update of where we are in terms of regulation. So this is exactly the content of this event. Let me share as Celeste a short video of the previous edition for you to understand and see how this event looks like. So let me go on my.
The FIRA 2024 has exceeded my expectations. We've seen growers, researchers, students, and teachers from all around the world. It's really good to see what they're doing, what they're progressing, and how we can connect with different people here. Every corner I turn, there's something cool and new. It's impressive to see all the people, the robots you have.
One of the greatest things for autonomy at this show is engaging directly with growers, directly with OEM manufacturers.
FIRA is fantastic. This has quickly become the show to be at.
FIRA has done a great job of opening the doors by combining all the technologies that are available in our space that we're aware of.
There didn't seem to be any better event to be a part of than FIRA for the focus of F3 Innovate.
The next generation of talent and tools is really going to make a big difference, and I'm excited for what the next 20 years will have in store for California agriculture.
The future is now. FIRA is amazing. FIRA is the place to see where future is actually happening.
Yeah. Yes. So just to give you more content about this new edition, we have it's a fourth edition, so we have some new feature coming for this year. First of all, and one thing really important for the event and also for the credibility and to show how big is coming this industry, we have some of the agricultural machinery giants in force with New Holland, with John Deere showcasing their acquisition or the autonomous solution. So they are really involved with us for this new edition. We also have the chance to have some exclusive launch of robots, some new technology showcasing in exclusivity during this event. So we will have new robots coming and launch during this edition. We are also creating a new service. It's a dedicated VIP grower experience designed to guide growers through to the automation solution best suited for their operation. So this experience combines field demonstration, peer-to-peer exchanges, and personalized meeting with manufacturer. And what we are also expecting, so here is for the growers, but we also have the format of Edu Tour, where, for example, with delegation of dealers, we could customize and program and schedule a dedicated visit for you on specific with specific content, with specific demo, with specific meetings. So it's really something that we would like to organize. So if you want to attend with the delegation, and if you want to have a specific visit, we can organize a private Edu tour for you as well. Something important, the demonstration area has been really improved from 2025, and thanks to our demo team, where Nick is contributing a lot for years now, because, well, in 10 days it will be in the yellow fairground to start growing the veg field, actually. So a lot of work coming soon. We will have, you know, in addition of the existing vegetables, orchards, vineyard plots we have, this year we include new crops. So we will have tomato, we will have cotton, and other nice crops to showcase with the robots in live demonstration. And also for the first day, we have on the first day of FIRA USA, there is the Innovation Day, where we are showcasing the latest project research in robotics, but also R&D project. And this year, this day will be co-organized with Blue River Technology, which is one of the major and pioneer in automation. So we will have a very nice and strong content on the R&D and research side for this edition. So if you want to attend, you have a special promo code for your registration with 20% off. If you need more information, of course, you can contact us. There is all the details as well on the website. But really happy to welcome you. Let's say very, very shortly. And we already talked about this, and it's exactly the purpose of this conversation. Why this collaboration with EMDA GOFAR is very important, because we operate at different but complementary ends of the agricultural technology ecosystem. And the idea, and we already said, we are creating a bridge between cutting edge technology and market, and always to the benefits of the growers, to help them access the right solution faster. That's why it's really important. And Nick, you already talked about, you know, the key inputs and where we can contribute. You know, we can contribute on the market access and distribution network, because through EMDA and GOFAR networks of the robotics company could gain access to an established distribution channel for reaching farmers faster and at scale. This is something really important. We also talk about awareness and education, because thanks to webinar, to demo days with FIRA, participating and crossing and sharing experiences, could gain access to help distributor to understand how to sell, how to support these technologies. So it's exactly what we want to bring with Celeste in the coming month. Bridging the gap, we already talked about, you know, the gap, the bridge with tech and market gap, because many robotics companies excel in engineering but lack strong connection to the last mile delivery and dealer network. So the idea with the EMDA could help them to adapt offering the market needs. So it's exactly what we want to do, and what we also said. And of course, to get the feedback loop for innovation, because distributor are directly in touch with farmer, so they can say what works and what doesn't to the robotics company. So this is definitely a co-construction of those technology. So we already talked about this, but for us it's really important. So that's why the FIRA USA and the one we have in Europe is really important, to do this very qualified matchmaking to develop the adoption and to increase the awareness. So it's done for me right now, and I think we had a good overview of the impact and what we want to build with this strong collaboration with GOFAR and EMDA. Maybe just to stay in the 1 hour time, we can go for the Q&A session. So if you have any question, if you want to contribute, you can switch on your sound and camera, or you can just hand your hand, and we'll be more than happy to answer your question. Who wants to start? So where's the first question, the difficult one? maybe because it was super clear.
I don't have a question, but I really appreciate this webinar. It's interesting, all of the intersections, having been to 2 of the FIRA events in Europe, 2 in California, sitting on the bed of my pickup with a NIO robot instead of my pickup, getting ready for a demo. So, and then I'm with Edney Distributing, and we're a member of EMDA. So a lot of connections here, and everything Nick said is, I mean, the very same things that the same challenges that we're dealing with. And anyway, just good to have this conversation, and very interesting.
Thank you, Joe. Nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see you.
I have a question, and maybe Nick and Joe, well, you can answer, is about, you know, the service after sales, you know, about, you know, the collaboration, because some of the robotics company, and for example, you work with NIO, they don't have office in the US. So what do you expect with those company? And Nick, from your experience, how do you deal with the growers, the tech, you know, when the machine is already in the field?
Maialen, that's probably one of the most important aspects of any transaction between a new innovation and the marketplace, is the consumer immediately says, I like it, I would like to buy it, it's going to break. And everybody goes, no, it's not going to break it. We make indestructible equipment. I go, no, they're going to break it. They're going to drive it off the end of the road into a tree. They're going to break it. How do we repair that? Where do we have the supply? What does the supply chain look like? For us specifically, Keith Lee Williams on the distribution side, I don't have my guys sell anything if I can't get the replacement parts and stock them locally. When a piece of equipment goes down during the growing season, for instance, we're getting ready to start planting. Some guys already have. They're under contract to be able to get this crop in the ground and out. And if they don't have their equipment up and running, they're shut down. The number one challenge that you face with any grower on equipment, especially coming from overseas, is when and where is that replacement part, so I can keep my operation going. I've got water coming tomorrow. So that for us is the most critical component. The technology can work great, but if I can't support it, it makes it real hard to sell.
Yep. Thank you, Nick.
And Joe, it sounds like you're probably in the same boat.
Absolutely. It's really challenging dealing with technology and manufacturers anywhere, but especially if you're relying on supply chain and parts from across the pond. So it's just an interesting challenge, interesting dilemma.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. So I see a question on the chat. So it's relating to the World FIRA in Europe. So the FIRA in Europe, and I will give you, well, I can say an exclusive news, because we didn't even start talking about what is the plan for next year, because it's our 10th anniversary. It will be the 10th edition of World FIRA in France. So we decided to do something bigger, something European, and to adapt the format, the format to make sure and to be even more, to have focus event, to have very qualified events. So instead of having in 2026 a 3 days event early February, we will have a 1 year event across Europe. So we are splitting all the different formats we have. So we have the scientific workshop and the autonomy symposium. We have demos. We have the Invest Day. We have different formats like this. So we were splitting and to have some very specific event across Europe. So we will start with a kickoff and field days one day in France in February. We are expecting to have all the scientific workshop and the autonomy symposium as well in France, in Paris, linked to another big actual event, a French actual event. We are expecting to have 3 field days. The work is in progress, so I don't have the location, but it will be only demo day. It could be in Spain, it could be in Italy, it could be in Belgium, for example. So very focused crops, very focused on dealer network and growers. The Invest Day or the Invest Day part, we want to have something globally, so we will do online. So it will be 1 year annual event, and then early 2027 we will have the World FIRA coming back. So the format, we are splitting the format. We are ready in September to share more information about and also to open to registration. So I will keep you updated on this. But thanks to ask. This is something really new. Yep, there is where you are. Hold on. You have a question?
Yes, I do. I actually was the one that asked the question. Greetings from Istanbul, by the way. So from what I understand, it will be a multi-session and multi-date and multi-country event in 2026. The question is, so if we want to come to a compacted, altogether version of FIRA, we should be in the US this year, right?
Oh, US, well, yeah, I guess. And then next year you will be able, 2026, to pick where you want to go, what you want to do, and then early 27. But if you want, we can have a second conversation, with my colleague Marie-Flore here and me in another meeting. But yes, thank you for asking. We're very excited about this new format. Any question about to Celeste or Nick or me again?
I have a question.
Yes.
Bonjour, Maialen.
Bonjour.
Nice to meet you. My name is Raul Pena, and I just joined Celeste. Celeste did a good job of recruiting us. Our company, VineView, is a small company headquartered in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I physically am located in Las Vegas, and our company has been predominantly working in California for 23 years with vineyards. The challenge that I have, and I was listening to Nick, is the idea that we are expanding our presence, expanding what we do, much more prolific, and we appreciate help in marketing ideas and ways to network with the appropriate distributor network or rep network to really make our presence felt more dramatically. We're essentially a 23-year-old startup company. We've been very niche oriented, but now we have the ability to expand much more broadly. So I'd be very curious to get your ideas about where marketing and dealer representation might be something you can help us with.
You want to lead up on that one, Celeste?
Well, he has already applied for membership with us, so we're still waiting on approval for that.
Perfect. Raul, this is Nick. I think you're in the right spot. I think that taking action with EMDA puts you in front of a different group that you may not have had exposure to before this.
Mm-hmm.
We just, for instance, purchased a company that was called Celeste up out of Dixon. And they're heavily in trees and vines. And so they have a host of products and a host of dealers that are already set up. They were acting as an importer. And I don't know if that importer model resonates the same way as it did 25 years ago. So I think that many manufacturers are looking to touch the market a little bit sooner than multi-stepping and having to go through an importer, for instance, and then to a dealer. But there are organizations like us, as well as working with FIRA and EMDA, that we can get you connected pretty quickly with the groups of dealers that you would need to be talking to to get your product more represented into the California market, for instance.
Fantastic. Thank you. Oh, I hope, Celeste, I hope you'll approve us. Thank you.
Great. Any other question? 1 minute, let's say 1 minute left. Thanks a lot, Celeste and Nick, for your time, for being here today. Thanks, Celeste, to open doors to your network. It's very, very interesting for us. Again, you are all more than welcome to attend FIRA USA, and you can attend, you can showcase, you can have some marketing services if you want to reach, because we have a good vineyard also focused with some big growers using automation such as Gallo, etc., coming to this event. So you can come sharing your experience, find your good tech, talk with the other dealers coming. So if you have any additional question, do not hesitate to contact us. And I hope we will have the chance to welcome you in person. So thanks a lot to everybody. Celeste, Nick, if you want to give the last word.
Yes, thank you guys so much for having us. I really appreciate it. And feel free to reach out to me for any questions. Yeah.
Again, thank everybody for being here and starting the conversation. Celeste, I can't thank you enough for what you guys bring to the party. And as always, Maialen, FIRA is dynamic and it's on its way to great things. I know it's kind of still through third year or fourth year here in the US, but each and every year it's becoming more and more dynamic. So I appreciate the group, and anybody can reach out to me anytime to have the conversation on what next.
Have a very good day, very good night, very good afternoon, wherever you are, and see you very soon.
See you at FIRA.
Yeah, bye.